Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream again. Shout out to Tyrone Carson. Welcome to the Sunshine Shoulders community. Thank you for your support. All of my members, thank y'all. What's up, Jeffrey Tyler? Shout out to the NTZ crew. Michael Beach Alive, Jeffrey Tyler. I see you, Angelo. All my old heads, that's Rutgers Marine. He says, "What's up, brother Cal? Made it to Manila for my 1 month vacation to the Philippines, man. If this is your first time, I'm jealous. Okay, what's up, Roger? Any new viewers and subscribers watching today, welcome. What's up, Kamar? There's Eric Cherry. Well, Dr. Eric Cherry. I apologize, brother. I'm still getting comments on that video. What's up, Blizzard Abroad? Anybody catching this on replay? The peso is 58.86. The headline was the Philippines is heading toward an all-time low, meaning the dollar's headed to an all-time high. It's almost there. The highest I've seen it is 59.23. It's creeping up there, and I believe it's going to make it for some reason. I don't know why. But the name of the topic today, brother, because look, guys, remember, this is a conversation. Don't get over here in the comments and make a comment as part of the conversation if you're going to get sensitive or angry about people's response to it or reply to it, including me, the host. That's all we're doing is having a conversation. I create these topics, but why you should stop caring about what people think or say about you and live your life. This is very important. It's time again for another one of these type of videos. I see so many guys on that other side over there who are allowing the opinions of others to stop them in their tracks. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the videos I did before. One is the affidavit of support. I try to talk about things that are probably going to be relevant, to a lot of people that's like, oh, don't bring her there in the first place. Well, yeah, that's an option, but a lot of people decide to get married and to bring their Filipino girlfriend or African girlfriend or whatever it is to the States. And I'm just letting you know, we gloss over that affidavit of support. Because if anybody doesn't know, when you bring them over on the K1, because I did the K1, it's expensive for the average man. And then once you get all the ticket to bring her over, paying for the interview, the medical and all that other stuff, accommodations, flights to and from Manila and all that. When you get her back, now you got to apply for the adjustment of status, which is you got to apply for that green card. It's not cheap. I did it in 2014. It was close to 800. I don't know what it is now. And then you got to have after that time elapses, then you got to apply for the removal of conditions for the 10-year green card. That costs money. Then if she wants to become a U.S. citizen, that costs money. But the affidavit of support, if you decide to do it, encourage your woman to go ahead and become a U.S. citizen. Now it absolves you from any financial responsibility. I did not know that, man. Remember, I glossed over it. I looked over it. I just felt, oh, it's 10 years. So when the other day, when June 20th came, I thought my responsibility was over. No, she doesn't have 40 quarters yet, and she's not a U.S. citizen. Wow, it says it's 2,300 now. That's ridiculous. I forgot how much I paid, really. It had to have been more than 800, but whatever it was, okay, it's expensive, man. So just know that. And then they get over there and act a damn donkey too. Put my foot in your ass, woman, and put you right back on the next plane smoking. But just know that, guys, okay? It's a big, big responsibility. She can get married, you're still responsible. He said, get married. If that, I think most married people eventually become unhappy, even if they tolerate it. I think you're right. Somebody said on the comments, he said, none of his relationships work out. They, sooner or later they get tired of each other. It just doesn't work. So he goes into it with that mindset. And people basically tolerate each other. That's all it is. They're afraid to get the divorce and the embarrassment, their religious beliefs and all that stuff. So they stay miserable with each other. Okay? What's up, Ryan? But that affidavit of support, don't gloss over that. You'll be great. I mean, you'll regret it. And also, okay, when I said, is this a loophole for foreigners to own land in the Philippines? Why do people always want to change the course of the conversation? Y'all know as well as I over here is, foreigners can't own land, right? So that was an answer to that. Now it can't, I'm going to lose my American citizenship. You can't be dual citizen and all that. Well, that video or vlog is for people who are so damn concerned about owning land over here. If you're that worried about owning land, then you're probably not going to worry about that all that other stuff. If you are, then shut the fuck up about owning land over here. You don't own a damn thing in your own country. But they wanted to switch the conversation to, you can't be a dual citizen. That's bullshit. And you don't know what you're talking about. You practicing law without a license. It clearly says it in there. That's why I sent the link on my community page. Hell, everybody in the damn United States is a damn immigrant. Okay? And what about the laws of reciprocity? Do you think that the United States would allow Filipino citizens to be duals over there, enjoying all the benefits of a natural-born American? And then if you come over here and try to do the same thing, they're going to take your citizenship. Y'all a bunch of clowns, a lot of y'all. You don't have to renounce your citizenship. If you do, I'm pretty sure you can pledge allegiance again. But, if you're so worried about that, don't come over here talking about can you own land. Not only that, but it's not like you get off the plane and you can own land. 10 years is a long damn time. That's just that. Okay, you speak English proficient enough, but now it's the Filipino language you got to master. All of that, but we don't want to keep the discussion in context. We want to take it out of context. Now look in the comments. It's all about losing your American citizenship. You haven't even become a Filipino citizen yet. Y'all crazy, man. Yeah, John, he said Calvin was just pointing people in a general direction regarding owning land in the Philippines. It will be up to the individual to do the legwork and discuss with a lawyer, etc. Yeah, but this is the point I'm trying to make, John, about people. They will steer the conversation a whole different direction. Now it's, I don't want to lose my Social Security. I don't either. But that's, for the people who are always beating you over the head about, I can't own land. You can technically, if you become a Filipino citizen. Let me say this and we'll move on to the topic. Okay, you can come over here and get an SRRV or 13A and become a permanent resident. You can work under those circumstances. You can go to school. You can own a business. So you tell me that if I become a citizen of the Philippines as a foreign national, that's all I'm going to get? I'm not going to get any more than that? That's bullshit you are. And if you read the Philippine nationality law, it makes no distinction between a citizen and a national. Meaning you're going to have all the rights, protections, and privileges that any Filipino citizen has. It's unlike, because they give a discussion about when the Philippines used to be under American rule, that Filipinos had some rights, but not all, not to the politics and all that stuff. They want your tax dollars. You tell me that if you become a Filipino citizen and you can work over here and they start taxing you that you can't own land. Come on, guys, y'all smarter than that. But talk to a lawyer. Hey, Confident Voice Speaks. Thanks for that super chat. He said, man, it cost your live stream, brother. Replay is real. Yeah, I'm still thinking about taking a 6-month break and living my life. Man, I tell you, I don't even know why you're thinking about it, brother. You in a perfect situation for that. If not now, then when? Confident Voice Speaks. Okay, you're still young. Just take a break. Frank Ellis said you can't lose your Social Security. You paid into that. Yeah, but we get all these people. They just want to argue, Frank. They don't want to discuss the topic. Okay, but the reason I came up with this topic today, because a lot of our decisions, I wrote down a lot of stuff. This is interesting today. Are based on what others might say. Should I grow my hair out? Should I shave my head? Okay. Should I retire? Should I keep working? Should I date younger women or should I play it safe and date women my age? Every damn decision we make is based on what somebody else thinks, man. And don't lie, man. Most of us are like that. We're afraid of criticism. Lord, don't, let anybody criticize me. I even quoted Winston Churchill about criticism. Where is it? He says, let me find it. I got so much stuff on here. But I'll find it because I want to quote that to y'all. And the reason people even criticize you to begin with. Hey, thank you, Bill Smith, for that super chat. He says, I want to move full-time to the Philippines, but my parents are old. I feel bad about leaving them. Any thoughts? Don't want to sit around waiting for them to die. Yeah, great question. And remember, the planes don't only go one way over here, Bill. They go both ways. And you're very noble. A lot of people are like that. Okay? I would still travel, and this will give you more time to really play that tape all the way through. Do you really want to move here full time? It gives you more time to come over here and explore, and at the same time go back and enjoy, the golden years with your parents. Because it says, I don't care what religion you belong to, honor thy mother and father. Okay, that comes before religion. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, I would say I wouldn't let it stop me in my tracks, because we're all given a death sentence, Bill, when we die, when we're born. He says, I live in a van down by the river. But yeah, Bill, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I wish I was in your predicament. My mother and father died years ago, over 30 years ago, young, still in their peak years of their life, really. My father was 61, same age as me. My mother was 62. Beat your license, play it safe by dating a woman my age. Oh my. Yeah, that's what we do. What's up, Marlon? Thanks for the super chat. Welcome to the live stream. He said, just wanted to buy you a coffee, no sugar, sir. Thank you, brother. But yeah, here's what he says about criticism. he didn't say this part, but criticism is a part of the human experience. But then he said it's universal and it's painful, an unpleasant experience that is necessary for growth and learning. He also said being criticized is good because it means you stood up for something. You know, it is painful, but people, here's the reason why a lot of people criticize. They're neutralizing the competition. See, I feel that because I'm under a lot of criticism on my channel. I said, people are threatened by your competence, your attractiveness, etc. So they're trying to level the playing field. Basically misery loves company sort of thing. If they can't do it, they don't want you to do it. Jealousy and all that stuff. But I want to ask people a question right here. And this goes out to everybody watching or listening. Why would anyone be criticized for wanting to go to a place where their money stretches further, their chances of finding happiness increase, or just practicing their overall right to travel? Why would we even be criticized for that? I don't understand it, but y'all know that as men especially from the West, and we're caught up under all that rhetoric over there. You're supposed to go to your grave, maintain and protect and provide, and no time for yourself. The minute you start traveling or doing anything for yourself, you're selfish. Okay? And they're going to criticize you when you come over here. And this is the reason why a lot of people avoid the Philippines. Man, this is a great country for real. Okay, all the stuff you're hearing, man, it's not true. It's simply not true. And it's coming from people who've never been here before. But you're afraid, okay? Most of your decisions, you think, well, what are my brothers and sisters going to think about? What are my coworkers going to think about? What the boss going to think about it before you even make a decision? Listen, I wrote up here, YOLO, you only live once. Well, what's that mean? It means expressing the view that one should make the most out of the present moment without worrying about the future. You're going to die, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And you say, well, how you know, Cal? Well, yeah, right here. Every 11 seconds, somebody dies in the United States. About 7,755 people die each day in America. That comes to about 2,830,688 deaths. Okay, if that's not enough to get your ass moving, nothing will. Let me retire 2019. If he's on here, he can bear witness to this. 1 in 5 will be diagnosed with cancer. That's around the world. That's worldwide. 1 in 9 men will die from cancer. 1 in 12 women will die from cancer, guys. So just go down the street and count 9 people and say, boom, you're going to die. 12 women, but boom, you're going to die. What are you waiting on, man? That's all I'm saying. Okay? We're too worried about what people who aren't going anywhere themselves are thinking. Okay? Listen to this. I looked it up. Remember I said the average life is about 30,000 days. No, it's not. It's 28,835 days. That's as many days as you can expect to live. All you have to do is time your years by 365. And you're going to see how damn close you are. If you live the most healthiest life possible, that's about all you're going to get. Okay? Jay Chabert says, hey, Cal, here in the Matrix, they're about to add women into selected services. It's getting crazy over here. Low recruitment rates would do it. Yeah. Oh, you mean as far as the draft? That's right, Jeffrey. He said because the ones that critique, they simply can't. But this is how we live our lives. This is who we follow. See, when you get out of line, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you from experience, boy, here come the arrows and the darts. They're coming. You're crazy. They'll think you're crazy. And you start living your life on your own terms. They will counsel you nowadays for that. Okay? If you say just anything out of line that doesn't fit with the societal norms, man, you're toast. But that's why that's why the name of the the topic is why you shouldn't care and live your life. Because time's not running out, but your life is, guys. You know, most of us never even get started. Do you have a goal? What is your purpose in life? I put a great a great article in there. It comes from Psychology Today. It says the purpose of life. And in it, he says that our existence is a cosmic lottery we won. Really, you know, man tries to explain our existence here. You know, he says there's a benevolent being up there, and you know, but really, we've all won a certain type of cosmic lottery, man, and it makes sense to me. Okay, I don't know how I got here or whatever, who's responsible, but I'm here. So now I got to make the most of it. What is your purpose in life? Because if you don't have a purpose, guys, you know, you're just existing. You're else's time. He says in that article that human beings, we evolve, we adapt, and we grow. This is true. So without a purpose, you're not going to do any of that. And he says happiness is a byproduct of fulfilling your purpose. But most of us, we never get started. Fear is a big reason. Okay? Then, you know, people plant that seed of doubt in your damn mind. How you can't do it. No one in our families ever did that. What makes you think you can do it? And that's all, you know, just like, you know, they say all you need is faith, the size of a mustard seed. Well, guess what? All it takes is doubt the size of a mustard seed to fuck up all your dreams and aspirations. Okay, turn that around because it's true. So we got to have some balls. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And then this is such, I put this one in there too when we're talking about the fear of failure. This is why a lot of people never get started. We're afraid to fail, okay? But here's what it says, and this makes a lot of sense. If you can relate to this, man, you're going to know that they're telling the truth. This is from Psychology Today too, and I put it in there. It says, when we set out to achieve a goal, our focus is on the reward. Is that right? And how good we're gonna feel once we achieve it. All right, that's what propels us into action. That's what gets you started on the diet, losing weight, working out, whatever it is, saving money. But then once you begin, okay, we come face to face with what's really required to reach the goal. So now our focus shifts from reward to effort. Now you're not even worried about how good you're going to feel, how much money you're going to have in the bank and all that. Now you're focused on the effort it's going to take. Oh, I got to get up early to make it to the gym and everything like that. I got to stop eating sugar. You start focusing on the effort, and it says, guess what? Instead of refocusing on the reward, we stay focused on the effort. And the more we focus on the effort, the more likely we are to fail. Guys, this is it in a nutshell. This is your life. These people know what they're talking about. Every time we set a goal, oh, it'd be so good if I could get down to my fighting weight. But then you realize what it's going to take for you to get down to your fighting weight, and you lose your focus on the reward. Now you start worrying about the effort. And that's all you're worrying about now is the effort. refocus on the reward. So whenever you doubt yourself, when you say, man, that 20-hour flight over to the Philippines, that's all you're going to focus on. It's a damn flight. But with people, don't tell them how many flights come from America to the Philippines every day. Keep the focus on the reward. Don't worry about that. If not, you're never going to get on the plane. He said, my mother had a saying, you are here for a short period of time, but you are dead forever. Do something with your life. I agree with her. But let me ask you something. What's holding you back? We always talk about what your goals are, but what's holding you back? Be honest, man, with yourself, not me. You don't even have to put it over in the comments. But contemplate that. What's stopping you from doing the thing you really want to do, man? Something's stopping you. We use our kind of excuses. What's your excuse? Bill said his parents are still alive. That's a noble, but it's an excuse. Okay? Because his parents took care of him. They surely can take care of themselves. I'm not picking on Bill. But what's holding you back? Do you even have a purpose for being here? What makes you tick? What gets you through the day, man? See, that's what makes life so meaningful. People don't even have a goal, man. I had a goal to retire at an early enough age where I could enjoy it and live in a tropical weather. I didn't say I was going to retire to the Philippines. When I set those goals, I didn't even know anything about the Philippines. Okay? And then as a man, I always want an attractive woman, sexy woman, somebody I can get along with. You got to have all that wrote down and already in your mind before it's ever going to get you started. He says, faith the size of mustard seed. You can speak to it and move any mountain. Yeah, but all it takes is doubt the size of a mustard seed, what time it travels to kill that. And this is what we allow other people to do. He says, haters are mountains, armchair bros are mountains, bad help is a mountain. It's time to speak. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And it says, you are who you surround yourself with. Okay, who are you hanging with right now? This is what it says in that article. You are who you surround yourself with. So they say, try to find the right people to surround yourself with. Who are you listening to? What books are you reading? This is who you're going to become. Philly in the Philippines just said, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. I wonder where you got that from. Well, that's an old saying, man. A lot of this stuff is not original to me. I'm just an older guy. I'm 61. And that's stuff that I used to hear my parents saying. So he's somewhere around my age, if not older. He said, when I left the States, the hardest part for me was getting on a plane. I'm glad I had the balls to do it. I love it here. Yeah, that's what it says. Keep your mind focused on the reward, not the effort. If you stay focused on the effort, you're not going to get it done. Oh, man, I got to get to that damn gym again or whatever. I got to put 10% of my earnings up. That means I can't smoke as many cigarettes and drink as many pints of Chivas Regal. It's going to be hard to put that sugar down. Remember, all they're doing is they're talking about refocus. We become what we think about. So all you're going to be thinking about is how hard it is. It's going to get harder. Then you're just going to quit. Same with smoking. Oh, I can breathe so much better. I got so much more energy. That's what makes people put the cigarette down. But then the withdrawal symptoms come. The effort it's going to take to stay stopped. And you be like, man, that's okay. It's easier to pick up that damn pack of um, Newport 100. He said, Cal, you must have been dreaming about sci-fi based on this topic. No, no. A lot of guys that I talk to, man, they're stuck in their present circumstances because honestly, we're worried about what people think, man. Why do you think the age gap relationship is so prevalent? It's so popular? Because people are worried about what people think if you come over here and date an adult woman who may be 30 years younger than you. So what? She's an adult, but we're worried about it. So we won't do it. You won't be happy. Living somebody else's life, really, you only have one life to live, guys. Live your own life. Or you only live once. You don't know what's behind that veil. Mankind has always tried to figure that out, so we create stuff. Shakespeare said, what little we know about death, life should be a paradise. Well, damn it, it is a paradise for me. I don't give a damn what people say. Oh, he's over in the Philippines, the third world country. Yeah, but I'm happy over here because I'm living my life's purpose. Helping other people, man. Why they still over there talking about it? Don't talk about it, man. Be about it. Every 11 seconds, somebody's dying over in America. I didn't look up what it was around the world, but 1 in 5 of us is going to be diagnosed with cancer. 1 in 5. And if you don't think that's going to stop you in the tracks, it will. The chemotherapy, and that's what kills you. The radiation, the medicine they give you. Isn't that enough to make you get off that damn hamster wheel? You say, hey, man, I'm taking a sabbatical. Like Confident Voice Speaks said. I'm thinking about taking, man, if you don't take that 6 months, you're going to regret it. Okay? And hopefully, you'll live through it. OB32 says the biggest obstacle that held me back in life has been education. One can want to be better, but an individual needs to know how to get better. Mentors are great. Yeah, well, go back to school. Becoming what do you mean educated? Education comes from the word educo, means to draw out of you what's already in you, not the imparting of information that the teacher gives you that bullshit information and you spit it back to her. That's not education. Henry Ford was very educated, yet he had no formal education. He said, what good is all them facts going around in my head? It don't add up to nothing. Society told you need an education. Most of the guys, the richer guys, the people who are really moving the needle in this life, they don't have a college degree. Bill Gates did not finish college, man. A lot of them guys didn't. That's another excuse. You got a lot of life education. He said, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. He said, I think people in Davao hate me. Well, see, don't think that way. Okay? Because they will. He said, yesterday a trike driver didn't want to pick me up. Then when I gave a jeepney driver my fare from outside, he gave the money back to me as if he didn't want me to get on. I don't know what that's all about. Okay? I don't know what that's all about. Maybe he's looking for a tip. Or maybe you didn't give him enough. I don't know. He said, I like the idea of books to improve. Yeah, but you got to apply what's in the books. Me and my ex-American wife, we went at it for only about 2 years. When things start taking root in our life, did she finally, give in. But she was like, we can't afford those books. They don't work. And I had to agree with her. You're right, they don't work if I don't apply the principles in the damn books. If I'm just buying them and stacking them up on the damn shelf, nothing's going to change. But if I start going the extra mile, if I start helping other people, if I write down my goals instead of keeping them in my damn head, okay? If I have a definite purpose and I stand pat with persistence and keep on until it becomes a reality, okay? Nothing's going to happen in your life, okay? This is why so few people really make it and really achieve their goals. Henry David Thoreau said it's not, the sad part is not that man has no goals, the goals are too low. We set these easy ass goals that you know, they're easy to achieve. Now what? You think you done something? You ain't done nothing. He said another good one was when our parents said, I will give you something to cry about. Yeah, I can hear it now. He said, you can tell people in the Philippines look happier living in the province. Angeles City is no joke. And then just all the scrutiny that bloggers go through over here, man. You know, we're human beings. That weighs on you. You really got to have a I don't give a fuck attitude when you become a blogger, because people, be careful what you wish for. They want a popular channel. They want a channel that earns enough money for them to live over here, but they don't want what comes along with that, what you're subjecting yourself and your family to. But see, that's another. But I'm just going to give you the facts. That's what's coming. And I don't care who you are, how thick your skin is. You know, some of those earls get through. Some of them darts get through, man. He says, I'm one of those people, bro, stuck right now in my current situation. Yeah, clawing out of it. Just make the decision, man. That's all you have to do. That's one of the 31 reasons people fail. Napoleon Hill. Look it up in his book. It's indecisiveness, our inability to make a decision, and then stick with the decision. We keep going back and forth, losing sleep at night, tossing and turning over one simple decision. Either make it, either do it or not. Okay, put it all on paper. What's the pros of this decision and cons? What's the pros and cons of this decision? And then just do it and live with the consequences, because you only live once. Okay, you don't want to live with regrets, man. Okay, I'm just being honest, man. You know, this type of topic we need to have once a month, man, because too many of us are stuck, man, worrying about what people are going to say about us. You know, what if I stop going to church? Worried about the council society. Oh, you're taking advantage of women over there. Oh, you're a loser. You can't make it in your own country. All of that stuff weighs on us and stops you in your tracks. Hey, yummy mango. He said, Bill Belichick is catching heat because he's 72 is compared to cheerleaders 24. What's the big deal? Right, JGB. What is the big damn deal? I saw that. Because Bill Belichick, he's successful because he doesn't care what people think. I'm going to live my life. Okay? She agrees to it. She's an adult. He said every journey begins with the first step. That's what I'm saying. But some of us will allow people to put that mustard seed of doubt there, and we never get started. We never begin. And once you get started, you're halfway finished. He said, not third world or developing world. Whatever those titles are, Heath, it's bullshit. Because wherever I go, there I am. That's why you can only take a grain of salt when you watch these vloggers and how they live. They're not you. You're going to come over here and have a total different experience. It's never going to be like man. But that's what we try to do. So we see somebody over here and it discourages us from coming. Or we see how much money they're spending over here. And if we're afraid to get on the plane, I don't have enough money. Well, how do you know? Oh, because such and such said it. So you're stuck there. People say it all the time. They say, hey, if I can survive off 1,500 in America, surely I can survive off of it in the Philippines. The sacrifices you're going to have to make. You're not going to be at the casino every damn night or the bar. He said, Walt Disney never finished high school. Man, our educational system is so screwed up over there. I'm not discouraging anybody from going to college. But in most cases, it's a piece of damn paper. Okay? Because they're only imparting information to you. All you got to do is spit it back to them. Educo means to draw from within what's already in you. Henry Ford says specialized education. That's what's going to make you rich or make you famous or successful. You specialize on one thing. He specialized on the manufacture of cars. So he had those 5 phones on his desk, those 5 buttons. He said, any of these buttons I can press and going to get somebody, an expert in here on the manufacture of automobiles that can answer any question I have, can solve any problem I've got. So why do I need that piece of paper, waste my time in school all the time? Because he sued a newspaper because they called him ignorant. Of course, he won the case because he told them. Who cares who the 3rd president of the United States was? It don't do you no good. Imagine. He had no money, no formal education, no influential friends. Facts. Okay, Thomas Edison had a 3rd grade education. Facts. Okay, stop with this education stuff. Yeah, it may not get you a better job. Create your own damn job then. I'm just saying, don't let anything get in the way of you living your life. You're going to die, man and woman, if you're watching here. He said 739 out of 2473 billionaires do not have degrees. It's not a prerequisite to be successful. It is for a better job and maybe a promotion. But most of the people in my family who have college degrees, I'm much more successful. But let me take that back, because success is relevant. It's relative, you know. Everybody has a different definition of success, but we all have the same definition for failure. Okay, your inability to achieve your life's purpose or your life's goals. Okay, but they never earned more money than me. Imagine if I would have been stuck. He says, hey, Calvin, was there a blogger that is dying there? Well, I don't know if he's dying. I don't know his diagnosis. I know he's made some blogs about being sick. And his videos that I've watched, just a little that I can stomach, man, they're an eye-opener, man. You know, and I have to commend him for that, because those are the people you're going to listen to. You're not going to listen to me, because I'm sitting up here in the best shape of my life. You're going to listen to him. We're the same age. He says he has a terminal illness. But that's his life. You can't live his life. You got to live your own life. His illness and my good health should not determine how you're going to live your life. But that's what we do. He said jeepney drivers take money when you get off, not when you get on. Great point. I don't think it's because they hate you, but if you think that way, Angelo, man, people over here don't really hate you. Okay? He says, my father died of cancer. That really hit me hard. Time goes so fast. Yeah, but remember, you only live once. Live your own life. Your father died of cancer. That was his life. But most of us, we grieve for 2 weeks, if that long, and then it's back to that normal way of thinking. It doesn't, it says you only live once. It says, look, listen to this. Expressing the view that one should make the most of the present moment without worrying about the future. And hell, we spend most of our lives either worrying about the past or the future. We got one foot in yesterday and one foot in tomorrow. What they say, pissing on today. That's what happens. Okay. He says, that happened to me in Colombia. I just got in another cab. He said, Think and Grow Rich is on the internet archive in PDF format. You know, the sad thing is most people watching it don't read. 57% of Americans never pick up another book once they graduate high school. That's insane. In 2024, we live in an age of information. 35% of American adults get their news from Facebook. That's incredible, man. You can't let that happen to you. It's a wonder why, we argue about the stupid stuff we argue about and worry about the things you don't even need to be worried about. It's crazy, man. He said, Angelo, save yourself and get to Thailand. Yeah, well, Thailand's not the promised land, okay? See, we had this discussion where a lot of people need to talk about over-tourism and the problems that come along with that. A lot of people are starting to suffer from that over there now, just in one particular way. These agents are running off with their money over there, but it's over-tourism in Thailand, guys. Quit preaching this. If you're not going to give them the 360, quit preaching this promised land stuff. There is no promised land anywhere. But you got 49 million tourists coming in to a country with 69 million. There's problems there. Okay, I'm sorry. If you can, most people ignore the problems. Like, oh, they're not there. If I don't see them, if I don't talk about them, they don't exist. No, I'm sorry, you're wrong. There's a lot going on over there in Thailand, guys. It's not the promised land people make it out to be. You got vloggers over there fighting, because they get bored. Okay, and they start, remember, wherever you go, there you are. They want these places to change them. They're not going to change you. If you're a bum over there, you're going to be a bum over there. Your money's just going to go a little further. If you're a hater over there, you're going to be a hater over here. Just a hater with a girlfriend, probably. That's all. But no, that old Thailand is the promised land shit. Man, it's for the birds. There's too many people there now. Look it up for yourself. I'm not going to tell you because you're going to say I'm hating on Thailand. It suffers from over-tourism and everything that goes along with that. They talk about the Philippines. The Philippines is far from over-tourism, suffering from that. It may suffer from a whole lot of stuff, but that's not one of them. He says, I was in the Philippines a week ago for 3 weeks, and all the fear mongering I got from people never existed. When I got there, they said I was crazy for traveling alone. Yeah, see? Now imagine if you would have kept listening to that foolishness. See, I didn't tell anybody which was wrong. You're supposed to tell somebody, hey, I'm going to the Philippines. I didn't tell anybody until I got here. Then, oh, what are you doing? They're going to kidnap you, cut your head off. The women, the scammers and gold diggers, and, what about all the trash and pollution and all the negative stuff? And I was like, well, how long have you stayed in the Philippines? Oh, I'm just getting it off of ABC News. What about the typhoons they tell you? It's all negative. And they never spent 1 minute in the Philippines. But this is what stops people. Not just from traveling, but in anything. We're worried about what other people are going to say or what other people are going to think. Some people are sitting in church right now, they're miserable. It's not helping them. But if they know if they turn their back on the church, oh my God, I just stop coming, the criticism they're going to take. So they stay in there and be miserable. Same with marriages. People brag, oh, they've been married for 30 years. Okay. He said, over 1 year in Manila and I've never been on a jeepney. I don't blame you. I don't understand why Angelo, and Angelo's, hell, he's bigger than me now. No way I'll be sitting in them tight ass jeepneys, man. What you doing? Being so cheap, man. Get out of the damn jeepney. I'm glad they don't even have jeepneys in St. Carlos City. I rode them in Zamboanga. I mean, it's just, I tell you, man, it's just, it's an experience. You have to do it in order to have something to weigh it up against. Okay, a lot of times I would ride it to the tennis courts because a lot of times the tricycles wouldn't want to take me. So you go in there every 5 feet, they stop it. Then they just keep on and keep on and keep on putting people in there till you literally like this in there. And it's hot, you know, you can smell somebody's breath and tell what they have for lunch and all that stuff. It's just unpleasant to me, so I don't do it. He said, I made the decision, 10 more working days left. Well, I don't know what's going on with this. Okay, he says, I made the decision, 10 more working days left. See? Get on off that hamster wheel, man, and celebrate life, however much time you got left. Because most of us on here are kicking that 28,835 days in the ass. I'm already over 20,000. Okay, it's almost like knowing when you're going to die, really. Hey, Retired 2019. He says, hello, everyone. Hope you're feeling better today, brother. You know, like I said, whenever you want to, come on over here and tell people how precious life is, especially when things are going good. But we wait till we get sick. We wait till we get the diagnosis and want to talk about the good old days. Well, the good old days are now. They've always been now. They've never been in the past. They've never been in the future. The good old days is right now. Okay? He said, one step in the right direction of your dreams is better than 100 years of thinking about it. Yeah, take that step. What are you afraid of? We're afraid of what other people are going to say and what they're going to think. I'm not going to the Philippines. I'm not going to Thailand. They're going to think I'm a pedophile and all that. I'm not going to shave my head or whatever it is. I'll let it grow out. We're scared to move, man. He said, can I have 3 more years? I'm waiting till my youngest son finished school for my first marriage. He lives with me, but mom won't sign paperwork for a passport. Being patient, but want to visit before. Yeah, that is a different situation, though. But you still can make the most out of your life. Hell, travel with him around the United States. Show him some stuff. Yeah, misery loves company. It does. Hey, what's up? Lockatron. He said, I was one of those who looked at the age gap in a weird way. When I got there, I realized who am I to judge? They both look happy and they're not hurting anybody. That's right, and they're consenting adults. Where do we get this stuff from anyway? We get it from other people. All you got to do is start learning to think for yourself. and say, well, okay, he's 62, she's 24. That means they're both adults. It's a consenting relationship. Okay. He says everyone will have their own experience. Can't tell what that is until you arrive. Exactly. But just from them looking at, see, certain vloggers, man, because I skim through, I don't watch them because they're discouraging people. They don't want you over here. They'll even talk about the difference between a tourist visa and an SRV. We're not required to get an SRV, people. Stop putting that out there. Stop trying to make people feel bad about living over here on a tourist visa. Because you might as well have a tourist visa because you're not taking advantage of the benefits that the SRV offers. You just got it. You're using it as a battering ram to knock people down for not having one. You don't go to school, you don't own a business, you don't work. All of which you can do in an SRV. So you might as well have a tourist visa. That's right. But we're conditioned that way, K. James. This is the whole point of the vlog. But tell that to the world. Tell that to the world. We're good at following orders. It's not just in America, but everywhere. Okay, you go to school for all these years. What? Kindergarten to 12th grade. Then 4 years of college. And what happens the first day before you even graduate college? You begging for a job. You didn't learn anything. You're asking for a job. That's too many years of going to school, and they never teach you how to be self-supporting. Self-supporting in that system means going out and get a job. After all those years, and you tell me that you can't come out and sell something online or go door to door selling something or create something, the masses of people don't. They get that degree and they're unemployed for a certain amount of years, or they're working in an industry where their degree has no, it means nothing. He said, people are like crabs in a bucket. They will just drag you down. Remember, you are who you surround yourself with. If you're surrounded by a lot of people like that, guess what? Get out of there. If you're hanging with 4 drug addicts, you're going to be the 5th. If you're hanging with 4 broke people, you're going to be the 5th. If you're hanging with 4 successful people, you're going to be successful, man. Okay? I was Take a Million. There's a program that a guy was having in Louisville before I came over here. It was called Take a Millionaire to Lunch. And that went over people's heads. They was like, well, hell, he's a millionaire. He should be paying for it. You should take me. No, you want to man his thoughts, just to, hell, I spent $100 on lunch to get a lot of that information that he has in his head to get me moving in the right direction. But remember, if we're going to focus on the effort, you're not going anywhere. See, everybody wants to be, I want to be a rapper, I want to be an entertainer, a football player. Okay, then they show up in practice and they see how hard it is to become that football star. So they forget about the $1 million house and the big car and all the women, and they start focusing on, I got to lift weights. I got to run up against, Joe Green every day in practice, and you start focusing on that. And then the odds, you're going to start focusing on that. Oh, 1 in 10,000, whatever it is right now. When I came out of high school, 1 in 10,000 even went to Division I. Okay, I don't know what it is now. You start focusing on that, you just quit. He said you must have a purpose regardless where you live. Loneliness is a byproduct and not focusing on your purpose. That's right. It's a lot that comes along with just existing, just hanging around. A lot of people, raise your hand, are on their job. That's not what you wanted to do. You were just hanging around and somebody said, hey, they hiring down at the factory. Okay. See, I don't believe in fate. Let me put that out there. I don't believe in destiny. Okay. Has anybody ever read the poem Invictus by William Ernest Henley? If you haven't, go read it. Read it today. He says, I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. You know, he's not talking about, you know, his life was pre-planned. See, too many people believe that it's already written down. If that's the case, then why even live? Why even try? Okay, here's what he's saying. Determination to confront and overcome any adversity with courage. He's saying it's not how difficult the path is. It's about one's attitude to keep moving forward without submitting oneself to fate's course. See, you're responsible for your life and the outcome, good or bad. Okay, it's not fate. It's not destiny. Get that out of your mind. Your life is not pre-planned. That's bullshit, and I'm not buying it. And I don't want nothing to do with some creator who done pre-planned my life. So now I'm down here. What's the plan for my life? That I got to struggle the rest of my life. I have no ambition. I have no energy. I have no light. I'm just supposed to sit here till I die, and then you're going to reward me in the by and by. Bullshit, man. He says, I've always said that, Cal, a degree is just a piece of paper. It doesn't prove anything. What you accomplish is the proof. Yeah, but we live in a society that says, hey, you got to have this. It's a requirement. But they don't give you the whole story. They don't give you the whole story. With all the degrees that are being awarded every year, the world should be perfect. It should be in a better position than it is. If you're giving out all these degrees over and over and over, year after year after year, what are they for? I mean, what good is it doing? You got thousands and thousands and thousands of people graduating every year just in the United States. And we're worse off than we've ever been. What are they teaching us then? Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's all about the individual. Oh, I'm going to give you a degree so you can get a better job. He says, I was looking at Reed K's video today. He was going over his budget, living in Bahama for $1,200 US, living good over there with his wife. A lot of comments from people saying impossible. Well, you can't live your life through Reed K. Okay? And remember, I don't believe those budget videos anyway because nobody is tracking every penny they spend. Living expenses and budget, two different things, guys. Okay? I'm not saying it's not impossible. I'm just saying I'm not going to look at his video and think I can figure it out over here. I'm going to have to come over here and see where the chips fall. Because you know people are going to do that what times he travels. When he says 1,200, it's saying impossible. You know, I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't know. But it's only two of them, remember. There are 6 of us here. Everybody's different. If he says he's spending 1,200, all I can do is believe what he's saying. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Hey, Jesse James, thanks for that super sticker. It's not impossible. But I mean, you're going to want to do something when you come over here. Could I live on 1,200? Absolutely, I could. But I'd probably just stay here all the time. Okay? No, I'm not an atheist. Okay, that's what people want to label me. I'm not an atheist. I just don't believe that story. I believe in something. Okay, but we're all making it up, man. Believe it or not. Even scientists, it's a theory. Okay. But, don't label me. Don't look down on me because I don't believe there's some man somewhere, okay, who has a personal interest in my life. I don't believe that. It's too much that's wrong with this earth, not the people, the earth, to say that there's some perfect being somewhere. Well, he created a fucked up earth. Look that up. 98% of it, which is uninhabitable for human beings. Okay. But let's don't get into that. But no, I'm not an atheist. I just don't believe in that stuff. That's all. That's all, guys. Okay. And what I believe, I don't believe, has nothing to do with your salvation. And I've lost followers for that. What? See, that's the thing. I'm not afraid to live my life because of what somebody's going to think about me. What does my life have to do with the way you live your life? Absolutely nothing. You should still go to church. You should still pray. You should still do everything that you were doing before you knew that. I no longer believe in that story. I'm living in a place right now where some of the most religious people on the planet live, and there's so much that's wrong. So many babies, not just the Philippines, but I'm living here in the Philippines. This is when I start rethinking my belief in that. I'm over here, some of the greatest people I've ever met in my life, but they struggling, But no, I'm not an atheist. People kept asking for my college diploma, so I bought 4 of them at a yard sale for $5. You might as well. You spend all that money, okay, for what? You run up all of that student loan debt, for most people anyway. It is a business. It's all a business. If it wasn't, America wouldn't allow it to exist. Church is a business. College is a business. Okay? If there is a man up there in the sky who's omnipotent, he has all power, all knowledge, everything, well, why does he need my money to help build his kingdom? That's bullshit to me. I don't buy that. The Catholic Church is one of the richest entities on this planet, man. And yet they're raping little kids. Don't get me started. Okay, I'm just saying, guys, it's a business. But I'm not afraid to live my life out loud because I'm going to die by myself. So when it's time for you to do something, man, do it of your own free will. You weigh it up. He said, I have 2 degrees, however. They don't mean nothing. It's just a paper that allows you to get something over another. They had to find a way. Well, yeah, I'm just saying, you're right about going to college, but I would never discourage anybody, okay? I was told this. It's not really what you learn in college, but who you meet in college. See, it was Bill Gates. Who was the guy that, was it Paul Allen, that Bill Gates met in college? See, a lot of times it's who you meet there in college. But I believe it's Paul Allen. It was Paul Allen he met. And they saw the ad that was asking, it was a contest. Who could come up with the concept or the app, or it wasn't called apps back then, where one computer could talk to the other. And they went out in the desert in New Mexico for 7 years and came up with the Windows operating system. He says, I have a degree and I've made my success outside of my degree. It's just a personal thing, really. Same as religion, it's just personal. It's a goal you set, okay, you achieved it. Doesn't make you better than anybody else, but that's what we use it for. I've got a brother who's got a PhD in educational psychology. He's an educated fool is what he is really, okay? I'm doctor this, I'm doctor that, okay, but it doesn't add up to anything. Everything he got because his ex-wife died, okay, and left it to him. Of his own accord, he has nothing but a degree with a PhD on it. Okay. He said that budget video is a waste of time to watch. We're all different and spend our money differently. It gives people the opportunity to dream. 1,200, and of course, he's got the young, attractive wife, and so they want to come over here and live his life. You can't live his life. You have to live your life. That's what those videos do. 1,200, man, I want to do something. I could live here for 1,200, but hell, you're not going to go anywhere. What are you going to do? 1,200 is 1,200 in my hands, and it's going to be the same in your hands. It takes you years and years to change your spending habits and adjust to this economy over here. Because remember, I'm not going to go so low. There's only a certain level I'm going to. I'm not going any lower than that. Because you can live pretty damn cheap over here. Okay? It all depends on what you want to deal with. He said, just for anyone who's interested, I've been tracking every peso I spend lately, even petty change to trike drivers. He says, I'm averaging between 110,000 to 120,000 pesos per month. Wow. But you eat out a lot too, right, Angelo? Because that's another thing about the budget videos I don't like. They don't really, all they do is tell you their bills. They don't tell you how they're spending their money. Okay, because if they did, you would be able to say, well, I'm not going to do that. Okay, how many times you go out? How many beers you buy every month? Cigarettes, and all kinds of stuff that somebody else may not use their money on. It's just tough, man, to really get a handle on those budget videos, man. Okay, I know why people want them. I know why people do them. They're popular. They're going to get people to click on there because they want to get an idea. But you really don't get an idea. Angelo is single, basically. He's got his girlfriend that lives with him. But remember, your rent is what, $35,000? See, you can easily work with that, guys. I mean, really. Okay, $35,000 is a lot over here. And then you look at Michael Beecher Life, his is $7,000. See, it's a lot of, gray area in there with that rent. And he lives in a brand new place. The house I was living in, it was no shack, guys. It was a modern house before we moved here. It was 8,500 pesos, 2 bedrooms. Okay, it was just a modern place. So, you're going to be able to work with that. Confident Voice Speaks, thanks for that super chat. He said, a degree is paperwork utilized to work for someone else that doesn't have one. Yeah. Most of the people who are at the top, they don't have it. But the people who actually do the day-to-day operations, they have the degree. These are the ones you run into. And it's just another excuse really for them to discriminate against you if you're a woman, if you're fat or whatever it is. Oh, you got a college degree? Well, that's an easy call. I'm not going to give you the job. I'm not going to hire you. Even though you have the ability. And me and Merle was talking about that this morning. About, I was telling her that there was a guy, Mindanao Bob, who lived over here for years, probably about 30 years, but he left because he had a son. The son grew up. The son was like, I just want to say, what do you call it? Mentally disabled. I don't want to call him retarded, but you know what I'm saying. He's a special child. Well, you know, he wanted to work. He wanted to be more independent and all that. Well, he went to the United States where that's possible, where you can't discriminate based on that age and all that, color, gender, and any of that they do over here. If you disabled over here, you can forget it basically. Okay, they're not going to hire you if you're a certain age and you go to apply for the job. In America, it's based on ability most of the time. He said, just have 2,000 a month and call it a day. Well, it all depends, guys. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to throw that out there. Come over here and live the life you really want to live. I did a video a long time ago, probably one of the best ones I've ever did, where I explained this budget. But I did it in reverse. I said the dark side of the Philippines. This is why some people don't come here to retire. And one of them is the cost of living. Because they hear all these stories about 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. And then they come over here and they start living and say, hey, it's really going to be more like 3,000 for me to live the lifestyle I want to live over here in the Philippines. And if I got to spend 3,000 a month here, there's places closer to my home than the Philippines. This is what they discovered. And it's true. Can you live on 1,000? Yeah, but will you live on 1,000? That's the question I want to ask you. Will you do it? And will you do it consistently? All you're going to do is sit in the place, sit at home all day with your girlfriend and have a house full of kids. That's all you're going to be able to do on 1,000. Yeah, nobody breaks it down because they don't track every penny, every peso. And they don't tell you what they're spending their money on. Well, I eat out at TGI Fridays because I know my buddy Cornelius Mack, he eats out every single day. Every single day because his wife can't cook. She said that out of her own mouth. She does not cook. They eat out every single day. It's expensive, it's unhealthy, but hey, that's the lifestyle they're living. Okay? I'm just telling you, your life is going to be different than everybody else's. He said, Cal, I eat out for lunch while my girlfriend's at work. Also, those expenses include about $45,000 in rent and utilities. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Now, the other is outside. So if you say 110, what's 110 minus 45? 65,000 you're spending on something else. Okay, food, entertainment. You're doing something with that 65,000. And this is where we get lost. This is where budgets go into that black hole because no one tells what you're doing with that 65,000. Okay, and then if you're at 120, now you're looking at 75,000. Well, where's that money going? They don't even know for the most part because they're not keeping up with it. They're just telling you, okay, I got my rent, my utilities, my immigration, like that stuff they can easily reach out and touch. They forget, they don't even know what they had for lunch yesterday. Then they're going to try to talk about some petty cash that they spent 2 weeks ago. Come on, man. I'm not that stupid. He says, it took a lot of reading, research, and application to get my degrees. I wish I used that same energy for something else. Yeah, because most of the time it's just the imparting of information. I'll read a book and give me a review on the book or something like that. Okay. They get you when they ask you for these essays and stuff where you actually, have to think for yourself and write it all down. This is when you see who's educated and who's not. Okay, because anybody can answer that stuff, those quizzes and stuff. That's why I tell my children not to discourage them. I say, don't get too happy about those grades. We're so um, into, oh, she's got a 98 average and all that, but she can't solve any problems. This is what these companies want. And that's what the world needs. Problem solving. Your critical thinking. How good are you in that? That's what we need. We don't need somebody that's got a 98% average, but you can't think your way out of a plastic bag. And that's what we have walking around a lot of times in America. He says, spend less than $1,000 monthly because my apartment is $75 a month and I rent two next to each other. Okay. But what else do you spend your money on? Okay, food. Do you go anywhere or you just stay in those two apartments? Okay, because when you start doing things you like to do in your home country over here, it costs. You enter into, even if you got an SRV, even if you're an expat, at some point you enter into the tourist realm again. When you start going to Boracay and Panglao Bahal and catching flights, staying in hotels and stuff like that. You enter into that tourist realm, and the people who seem to keep their budget low are the ones who never step foot in that tourist realm. But I wouldn't want to be that person. But to me, that's not enough, really. I mean, I like being over here, but I want to do something. He says 1,200 could be living with birds in your house. Yeah. I mean, okay. Now, I don't pick on anybody, but if you want to live like Uncle Jesse, you see his house, you see how they live and stuff, then you probably could live. I'm not going to live like that. I'm not knocking him. If he wants to live like that, that's him. But I'm not going to live like that. I'm not criticizing him for living like that, but we're all over the place over here. You got people like Angelo who spent $35,000. We got a guy in Ilo. He doesn't own this house. He's spending, it was either 85 or 90,000 pesos a month for the house. Yeah, he says they don't have a college degree, but they have. But one thing that they have, and a lot of us don't have, is a vision, a determination, and that's a fact. Yeah, but that's what puts them up there. You've got that within you, though, Mike. Okay, remember, education is drawing out of you what's already there. If you won't apply it, if you don't practice it, most of us are mentally lazy. But everybody's got a dream. Okay, that's what gets us started. But we get stopped by the effort, it says. We start focusing on the effort. They keep their mind on the reward. And they end up winning. Most of us end up quitting. Those people who quit. Because no one's ever taught us that process. No one's ever said, hey, look, man, once you start on your dream, you're going to start focusing on the effort and how hard it is. No, you need to refocus back on the rewards. Keep your mind on the rewards. What's it going to feel like? How your life's going to be when you reach that goal? No one teaches us that. No one teaches us anything but who was the first president of the United States? George Washington. Who's the 16th? Abraham Lincoln. That's all. When was the Gettysburg Address? The Civil War. And then you just got to spit that information back to them and they give you a high grade. They never teach us about setting goals in school and how to achieve your goal. Set them high. is what I learned. But here I was down there, let's see. I stopped drinking at 35. I started reading Think and Grow Rich in 2001. So I was 38 before I learned any of this stuff. That, I mean, almost overnight got me going in a whole different direction, man. On the other sin, going somewhere. So what did I do with those first 38 years? Wasted. No, but no one ever told me about that. Going the extra mile. Who goes the extra mile out there? That means doing more than what you're required to do and what you're paid to do. Okay? Very few people do that. Okay, that's what you go to work and you do your job and that's it. You don't do any more. You don't stay any longer. But then you want a raise. Well, what gives you the right to ask for a raise? Because you've been there? It's not part of getting a raise. But if you go the extra mile, if you're coming early, you're staying late, you're doing things you're not supposed to do, you're doing more in a pleasing way with a positive attitude, that's when you're going to be seen. That's when they're going to pick you. You're going to lift your head above the crowd. And when they start laying people off, you're going to be the last one they lay off. This is laws. It's universal laws. It's facts. But we only want to do what we're paid to do. You want to cut my yard, but you don't want to sweep up afterwards. You don't want to use the weed eater to trim it up, because I'm not going to pay you for that. Well, do it. Keep doing that. And eventually somebody down the street is going to say, damn, who did his yard? I want him to do my yard. But we don't practice that stuff, guys, because nobody tells you about it. I never heard about the extra mile until I was 38 years old. He said, we went to the movies in Makati 4 times this month. That's $800 for the tickets, then $500 to $600 round trip for Grab. Yeah, see? But what else did you do? See, a lot of times we get lost in the food. Okay? Because a lot of places here won't give you a receipt. If I go, okay, like on my way back from the gym last night, I got 2 liters of water. Well, they didn't give me a receipt. Okay, it was what, 60 pesos. See, after a couple of days, I done forgot I did that. And this is where a lot of money gets lost in that hole. But it's a lot of stuff we're not taught, Mike Dawson and Bill, on how to succeed. We're just taught, go to school, stay in school, get a good job, and take care of your family. And then die. That's the script for us, where I come from. That's the script for me. It's nothing else. Okay? Or, you know what? And pray. Pray. Imagine that. Just pray, and somebody else is going to do it for you. Instead of setting a goal and then taking baby steps toward that goal every day with that persistence. I'm not going to give up till I see it. I'm going to take it out of my mind. I'm going to see it in front of me. That's the winners. Those are the guys who make it. They have the patience. Just because you go to the gym 30 days and you don't see the 6-pack, then you stop. Because you haven't hit the tipping point yet. They don't teach you about the tipping point. They teach you none of that. They teach you that. Stay in school. Stay out of trouble. Get a good job. Get married. Raise a family. Buy a house. And die. And pray. Somewhere in between there. Because people was like, oh yeah, I didn't know where my money's coming from. I was walking down the street and I found a $20 bill. Thank you, Jesus. So Jesus is going to steal $20 from somebody else to give to you. Just get on out there and get it done. You got $1 billion brain, use it. But we only use it for the same thing Curly uses his brain for. Sex, something to eat, and a place to stay. We just plod through life, take it for granted, like a bunch of damn animals that we are. He says, I know 10 different ways to cook chicken, and I can drink tea every day. Single, no kids, and no bills. 1,200 would be all right for me in Ilocos Norte, I think. Well, come over here and do it, man. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's a lot of beautiful beaches, man. It's just human nature. Our minds are always reaching for something we don't have. That's where they come up with the grass is always green on the other side. Your mind is always reaching for something, Jonathan, that you don't have. Are you gonna watch television? Are you gonna have Wi-Fi? Are you gonna have something? Wi-Fi over here is not cheap. I pay about $40 a month for my Wi-Fi or something like that. What are you gonna do on 1,200, man? It's possible, yeah, but can you do that for real? And can you do that consistently and be happy? Or is this something you thinking you can do? Put that into practice. Then talk to me. But the way I see these guys living on 1,000, 1,200, I don't want no parts of that. You know, they don't have living around these black beaches. There's no grass in the yard. Okay, the roof and the hollow block, there's big spaces in between there where bats and big geckos can come through at the end of the night. I don't want that. Y'all can have that. If you want to come over here and live like that for 1,200, then be my guest. I'm not going to do it. Hey, Mike Dorsenville, thanks for that super chat. He said, life is what you make it. Absolutely. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. That's exactly what it is. And most of us are lazy. We're mentally lazy. Getting to the gym is the hardest part for me. Once I get there, I have the time of my life. I really enjoy it. I'm happy. Dopamines and everything gets to flowing. I'll be so thankful. Be like, man, I'm glad I made it. It's just getting there. How many have their goals written down? How many people even write down anything anymore? Just keeping it up here is not enough. You don't remember, you got so much other stuff up here you're worried about. Okay. But it's very important to have your own dreams. He said they're estimating that 75% of all labor in the U.S. will be replaced by AI by 2040. Only those that can think will be of any value. That's right. That's even today, though. Okay, they don't really ask your opinion when you're on that damn assembly line. Are you delivering those packages for UPS and all that? You're just a damn cog in the wheel, basically. You don't need a whole lot to do that. They're not taking you for serious. Okay, even though you're part of the glue that keeps it all together. That's why they got them unions and stuff to speak on your behalf. Because they know that without those unions, the company's going to fuck you over. The union says, I'll be damned. Here's what we're responsible for. And we're responsible for a certain amount of the profit and everything like that. We need to enjoy those benefits. Okay? Yeah, Wi-Fi is expensive here. Everywhere, really. Hell, I was paying for my cable and Wi-Fi almost $200 a month before I left the United States. Excuse me. One of my biggest bills over in the United States was my cable and Wi-Fi. Then you threaten to quit or cancel it. Oh, we got another plan for you. So they'll put you on a new plan, for 2 years. Then after 2 years, it balloons up to where it was when you threatened to cancel before, and they started all over. Yeah, at 1,200, man, I'm just letting you know it's possible. But can you do it, and can you do it consistently? That's all I'm saying. I believe there's one of my followers who is doing that, but I mean, he basically lives like a hermit, really. I don't think he has a girlfriend or any of that stuff. He works out all the time. You know, he seems to be happy, but can you be happy? That's his life. You can't live his life. He said, going the extra mile, you're spot on, Cal. It's working for me. It wasn't always this way until I changed my attitude. Yeah, but people always want to go in there and ask for a raise. Well, what are you doing that I should give you a raise? Your job? That's what you signed up for. I look at your time card. You're not coming in here early. You're leaving exactly at 5 p.m. All you're doing is what we're paying you to do. Why should I give you a raise? It doesn't make sense. But that's the way we're trained. I'm not going to do any more than what you're paying me for. Not realizing that there's universal law involved in that. It's rigid as the law of gravity. Eventually it's coming back, guys, but we don't believe it. So we don't do it. We don't practice it. I'm telling you that it works. Man, I never knew about this stuff till I was 38 years old. And when I started practicing it, we were living in a government project. I was not on the lease. I was technically homeless. So I had nothing to lose from trying. Everything the game is successful. It was only a matter of years, man. We living in a 3,700 square foot home. I had a brand new convertible. She had a brand new van, had a daycare center, the whole 9 yards. I was earning over $20,000 a month, man. What changed? I started believing it was possible for me. The money started coming so fast, I was wondering, where was it all those times when I really needed it? I got a check, man. I'm going to tell you something. When I came here in January of 2010, when I met my son's wife, I just got a check for $67,000. Now, it wasn't all mine. Half of it went to the agents, but the other half, about $34,000, went to me. Okay? 3 months later, in April, I get a $64,000 check. I stayed over here for 9 months out of that year. I worked 3 months. I never even dreamed of earning that kind of money, but when I started putting this stuff into practice, man, it started working. It's law. If I jump off the damn roof, guess what? I'm going to come down, man. So when you start putting these other things into practice, it's going to work too. But because, first of all, you're not aware of it. Nobody's ever taught you. Then you don't believe it. It sounds like something spooky. But you'd rather get on your knees and pray to some invisible guy up in the air. What's more crazier? I be trying to help people. Blogging Life says the percentage of guys that will ever take the step to come here and see it for themselves is very little, even after the deliberating and research. It's true. You know, it's true. But I think the numbers are turning around. I think the pandemic had a lot to do with that, Blogging Life. For some people, that pandemic and those lockdowns woke them up. Like I've been taking life for granted for too damn long. Hey, hold on, guys. I'm going to have to plug my phone in because my battery's going down. Yeah, so the numbers have gotten better. A lot of people are coming here now who they've never left their country before. I got too many of my friends over here now. They're living here. They're never going back. Hold on. And the thing about it is, they never ever left the country before. So that's encouraging. But you're right. I got to fix this. Oh, okay. Oh. Hey, sorry, everybody. Okay. He said you have to put in the work to get to your goal. Hard work pays off instead of waiting for help, waiting on help. Yeah. And Napoleon Hill said a man's only worth $2 a day from here on down. Meaning, if you want to work those physical jobs, don't expect to get rich. Working at UPS and all those places, the post office and all. They said your earnings is unlimited when you think from your neck up. It's a fact. When you start thinking for yourself, using that big brain of yours, okay? He says, I live what the American dream is supposed to be and still got divorced after 25 years of marriage. Material things don't mean as much as they used to anymore. I believe that, certainly for me. He said, I never turned down overtime, and when business slowed down, I was kept on. Yeah, you gotta go the extra mile. I used to do things really that were technically legal, but I would do it anyway. Sometimes when I first started out in the insurance business, it's not illegal in the insurance business, in life insurance, but Medicare Advantage it was. I used to take people to the store to get their prescriptions, run errands for them. I didn't have to do that stuff. A lot of times it would be after hours. But guess what? They never forgot it. They would refer me to other people who I would help. He said, my two new bedroom apartment is not fancy, but nice and sealed. 6,500 pesos a month. And I have shakies and chooks to go right down the street and a night market with all you could want, US, that's $112. Yeah, but what else do you do? You got utilities, I'm sure. I mean, you just don't stay in the house, guys. Come on. You got gasoline if you got a motorcycle, which is, you look like you got a motorcycle. You're going somewhere. I mean, I didn't come over here just to sit down. I'm bored right now. Okay. I'm thinking of somewhere to go now. It's going to cost me to go. And how often do I do that? Probably about once a month. You get bored, you want to go somewhere, you want to do something. Okay, when I have my meet and greet, guess what? It's going to cost me to get on that plane and go to Davao and pay for whatever we're going to eat while we're there and everything like that. He said, nobody's going to do the work for you. Ain't nobody coming to save you. It's up to you to build our prosperity. It's true, but you have to have a dream first. And this is what most of us don't have, Jesse, James. We don't have a goal. We don't have a purpose for our life. We just drifting around. Like you said, waiting for somebody to show up and show us favor, to hit the lottery. One guy said a joke, but it really wasn't a joke. They asked him what his retirement plan was, and he said, hell, walking around Target with a bottle of water. You're going to spill the water and trip and break his damn ankle. That was his retirement plan. He said, Cal, I met the blogger that really nice kids with their parents. He said he knew you. Yeah, we know each other, just through emails and stuff. Uh, I think what they're doing is good. Is good work. I tried to do that long before that's their niche. I tried to find Gail's father, but we found him, but he didn't want to be bothered with Gail. That's a lot of hard work they're doing. And a lot of times there's a limit. I think there's an age limit that you can reach. I'm almost sure. Well, no, I don't believe it is, but you really, in order for them to become U.S. citizens, it just takes more. It's not as simple as the CRBA that you do, before they turn 18. It's real simple. Now it's so much more difficult. It's not impossible. And a lot of times the father may be dead. He said, recession or depression doesn't matter, as you should be in position to live through it all. Get rid of the debt and live correctly. He said, Mr. Gregory Mitchell do the right thing. I'm pretty sure he's cussed me out, but, he may have been mad for a different reason. I believe he was mad because, according to Gail's mother, he paid for a abortion and she didn't get it. He said, do they have the lottery? Absolutely they have it. But I don't know, how reliable it is, because it was it was last year where I'm almost sure 100 people hit the damn lottery. And they were skeptical, like, how could 100 people hit the lottery? But yeah, you get a lot. You do get a lot. Hell, one lottery, Thomas, had gotten up to, sometimes the last big one, I want to say was 230 million pesos, which would be about, man, that's crazy. It's like you hitting it for $230 million over there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, he said someone 150 million recently. Yeah, but I've seen them bigger than that, man. That's a lot of money over here. He said, Unc, I got a real question. Do you feel obligated at times to defend the field when you see brothers, mostly younger ones, who talk about how much they don't like the Philippines? It's a sport. No, I don't, because I'm 61, man. I know that this place isn't for everybody. No place is for everybody. Okay, but instead of them saying, it just wasn't for me, I don't defend the Philippines like that. Okay, I got a little bit more class. I'm not going to put a country down, because I think that, I'm up here somewhere, No, I don't defend the Philippines like that. I just talk about my life over here, Rashad, and how it fit me, because I'm 61. I started coming over here when I was 45. Okay, I was still chasing the American dream all the way up until I started coming over here. So, no, a lot of people wear those white gloves. They think they're too good for this place. Oh, it don't have, this and it don't have that. I mean, that's them. That's why I'm having the discussion today, Rashad. I don't live my life through the eyes of somebody else. And I would suggest you not do it either. But there's more and more young people showing up over here in Thailand and all those places. For no more than just practicing their right to travel. But no, don't go, man. I wouldn't waste my time going back and forth with people about that. Hey, Johnny S. came here. with his kids, man. And he wasn't here a couple of days. His brother died. And I hope everything works out for you on that end, Johnny, man. We send our sincerest condolences. This is the real deal. I spent one day with him. We were supposed to be hanging out, man, going some places, but life showed up, man. He said, at what age? I was 45 when I first came over here. Okay, that's not a spring chicken. But no, I honestly don't argue with people, and I don't defend the Philippines. It's just that when people start comparing different places, I'm like, well, just enjoy what you enjoy about wherever it is. Because when you compare, you got to put one place down, okay? You got to put one place down to build the other place up. He says only 16% of Americans earn between 100,000 and 149,000. Therefore, the fact is most of us have to learn to be okay with being average or a little better than average. I'm learning to be okay with being okay. But you don't have to settle for that. Okay, be one of the 16% or even more than that. But a lot of it has to do, OB32, with our indoctrination and what we're taught. Who are you listening to? I mean, there's people over there who earn far more than that. They said if you shoot for the stars, you might hit the moon. If you shoot for the moon, you might hit some rocks. Mitch says we need more people like Jesse Owens who understand they can be the first. Yeah, you can get the positive out of everything, but hell, he was probably broke back then. He did all of that. Imagine winning 4 gold medals and all that, then come back and they serve you your dinner in the alley and all that stuff. But I get the point you're making, because where I grew up and in the time I grew up, they want you to think that everything's already been invented or it's the best that it can be. You can't improve on it. It's just not true. But everything's done for you. You don't have to think for yourself over there. They already have a tried and true program, Mitch. You know it. It's laid out for you. Go to school, stay out of trouble, okay? Graduate, get a job, get married, get a mortgage, raise your children, and die. That's it. Do it in a missionary position, and go to church. Give 10% there. Okay? And we buy into that stuff, man. Everybody's selfish over there. We're not trying to help anybody. So we leave that to the charities. And most of them are crooks. Very little of the money you send to the charity ever reaches the people. We're taught not to question authority, not to question anything. Don't question God. Don't question the president. Don't question any of it. We go along to get along. Don't make any trouble now. He said, I moved here 3 months ago. Never sell my house, my car. My kid will get them. 8 years ago, I was broke, saving up money in savings, 401, Social Security, sacrificed a lot, paid off son's cars and car loan. Yeah, it's possible. But you got to have a goal to begin with. He said, everywhere has its good and bad. rich areas and poor areas, Beverly Hills, Watts, and I'm not from Watts. And I'm from Watts, a not so nice area. Yeah, see, you make a good point there. A lot of guys come over here like they really live in the high life in their home country. They're barely making it. But it's easy to have a negative attitude, man. It's easy to criticize and to hate than it is to love. It's hard to love, man. It's easy to say bad things about somebody, but it's hard to say good things. Hard to build somebody up, especially if you don't agree with them, if you don't like them. But it's easy. Anybody can criticize you, man. Now it's got everything he says. He got the laughing emoji. Was it anything? What advice? He says passport bros don't bring girls back home to the U.S. Why? What's your experience with that? Do you realize that most men who bring their women back home, they, stay together forever how many years and they have successful relationships? Do you know that? You probably don't. But remember, we only pay attention to the bad stories. Okay, that's all. You don't pay attention to the good stories because they're boring. Okay? Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. You took it right out of my notes. Everybody wants you to think that they're living this perfect life. They all got goals. I'm working hard toward my goals. I don't worry about what people think about me. I'm a free thinker. I don't follow the crowd. It's just not true, man. And that's the stories we need. Those are the people we need more of. Okay? Because if you're YouTube on here and they throwing those darts at you and you say, oh, it don't bother me, you're a lie. It does. After a while, one of them will get through. One of them's going to get through because sometimes I have to tell Marilyn, some days I'm not inspired. You expect me to be perfect and always have this perfect attitude and don't, complain about nothing. Lady, I'm in real life. Okay, and that's the thing we get caught up in over here. Oh, don't complain, the bloggers will tell you. Bullshit, man. But you just got to know when to complain and who to complain to. That's why that good expat group comes in handy because you're going to have some gripes, man. Okay, if you can't handle brownouts, what's wrong with saying you can't handle it? I'm unhappy with brownouts. And then they'll say, well, go home. No, I don't have to go home. I just got to learn to deal with them, man. But I'm just letting you know I don't like them. All the years I've been over here, I still don't like them. I can't get used to them. Even when my Wi-Fi goes out, it's like I don't have power. But they take everything and blow it up 100 degrees. It's okay not to be okay. Every time somebody asks you something, how you feeling? Oh, I'm okay. In good and well, you want to, the way this world is, you want to kick somebody's behind. Some days. Oh, let me move this up. I'm really having camera trouble today because Booby was using my camera for my phone for TikTok and runs my battery down. He said, the Philippines is my dream. After sobering up, I had to find a reason to live. That was 21 years ago. Without my dream, I have no ambition or plan. Have a dream, man. It makes life just so much more enjoyable. You can jump out of bed, something to make you want to jump out of bed in the morning. Gives you a reason to put up with the bullshit we put up with, man, because you're going to put up with it whether you got a dream or not. Having a dream just makes it more tolerable. That's all. But I'd rather have a dream than not have one. No way. Well, I guess what's your definition of a gold digger? If you say that Filipinos are more interested in us because they know that we have a little bit more money than them, then and that's the reason they're with you, I guess you're right. But after a while, if they're decent and you're decent, some type of relationship's going to develop. So I wouldn't call them gold diggers because you're getting something. What would you be called? Pussy digger? Is that what we're called? Pussy diggers? If they're gold diggers, because that's all we want. We always talk about what the Filipino wants. What do you want? And I'm not picking on you. I'm talking to everybody out there. What do you want? We always keep the conversation on her. All she wants is this. Well, what do you want? It'll sound cringy if you really told people what you wanted over here with these women. You're afraid to say it. I'm not afraid. But after a while, you develop some type of relationship. But if she's a gold digger, you're a pussy digger. Okay? Because you guys aren't coming over here for the Manila skyline like they say. Oh, I'm coming over here with the cost of living. That's bullshit. Hell, you can go to Mexico. The cost of living is cheaper. A lot of places you can go where the cost of living is cheaper than here, and you don't have to come 8,000 miles away. You coming because you got the memo that old average looking men who don't have a whole lot of money are looked upon as rock stars, basically. You know, that's how we're treated. We're treated like somebody 30 years younger and much better looking in our home country. That's why they say you're treated like a rock star. You get that type of attention. And it's because you can provide her with what she wants. And she's going to provide you with what you need. But don't come over and saying, oh, I'm over here because of the tropical weather and all that. Now, I'm discouraging her from getting on the phone. You know, yeah, but the thing about it is, is it worth buying the generator just for my lights to come on? That's basically all it would do. He said, I have one of my property here, so if I lose power, I just flick it and it turns on and it's already wired to just my kitchen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, see? And we don't have as many here in St. Carlos City, nowhere near as Dumagetti. I just don't, it's just like solar. It's just not worth it right now, the cost. He said, shaving my face so they can't see the gray, that's the real me. I don't mind growing older. I think it really is a blessing. But I've always been clean cut. And I don't want, see, I can't grow a beard. If I could, I'd probably have a beard. And I wouldn't care if it was gray. But and now that I got that damn horseshoe right here, I'm not trying to grow my hair now. I got a damn horseshoe. And when you get that horseshoe, guys, it's time to give it up. A love digger. Now you're a pussy digger. You're a damn love digger. Yeah, yeah, Mitch. That's right. Okay. But that's what we are. We all, it, Confident Voice Speaks. You've been coming over here long enough. We keep the focus on her. We don't, because it's embarrassing. That's why they call it the unspoken agreement. You don't want to talk about it out loud. It's cringy when you tell them what you want. And you're afraid, that you may be persona non grata when you say it out loud. Even though they know that's what you want, Hey, what's up? He said, there's something in my head. Yeah, they're good, good. That's what we want. Yeah, he said, I'm definitely digging that. Yeah. But just be honest with yourself. We always talking about are they gold diggers? Are they scammers? We're diggers. They're scammers, we're diggers. I am. Yeah, but that's not gonna change. That visa thing is gonna keep working. Yeah, guilty as charged. Yeah. Just be honest. Well, we can go all day long, on that. But remember, you say it is, but what lifestyle are you going to live over there? Is your lifestyle cheaper over there, though? Are you saying the local? Because even though Vietnam has that good food, you're probably still going to go over and still want a damn fat burger. Okay, some greasy ass bacon and all that other stuff to clog up our damn artery spring. And believe it or not, pussy's the same everywhere around the world. Hell, it's probably the most expensive thing over here. Because you say, I thought it was cheap. You go to one of them women, they say, oh, it's 5,000 for the, what do you call it? The bar fan. 5,000. And then they want a tip. See, because when I was up in Angeles City, I asked them, I said, well, what's the bar fan? Said somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000. And then, they want a tip. You got to give the girl a tip because she gets paid out of the bar fan. That's what I was asking. He said, Unc, you can't get no high-rise apartment in Mexico for 500 a month with state-of-the-art gym and amenities. Well, it just depends. I got Robert on here. He'll tell you he lived in Mexico. But I'm just saying, it really doesn't matter because you're going to live the lifestyle you always lived anyway, no matter where you go. Just because something's cheaper is not going to make you change your standard. That's all I'm saying. It would really be smart to keep that same standard. If I'm 3-star in America, I'm going to be 3-star over here. That's the only way I'm going to save money. I'm not going to all of a sudden jump up to 5-star because it's the same as my 3-star in America. I'm losing. But you're going to live the same lifestyle no matter where you go. If you like chitlin sandwiches, you're going to eat a chitlin sandwich every now and then in wherever you are. You're still going to eat the same things, guys. In the long run, the short run, yeah, it may be cheaper. But once you get settled in somewhere, man, this is what I found out. I think it's what Angelo Habib is finding out. You're going to start spending more money. It's almost going to be like you're living at home. So you got to keep the main thing the main thing. Make sure your rent is lower for sure. And your utilities, your cost of living is lower. Well, your living expenses, rather. That's the good start. Because all the rest of that stuff is subjective, man. You got guys, hell, look at Cowboy, Jungle Space Cowboy up there. He has a house full of bar girls every damn day. You tell me that ain't costing him? It is. He said I get brownouts at least once or twice a week. Yeah, they're bad in Mindanao, but we don't get them that much here. We may get them once a month, but that's too much. That's too much for me. They brag about it. Yeah, we don't get that many brownouts for one. I'm like, well, hell. And they be, sometimes it'd be like from 4 in the morning to 6 in the evening. Man, That's the only good thing. It's in the evening, during the daytime. You can go outside, go to the gym, go to the mall, whatever. At nighttime, it kicks your behind, man. But hey, guys, I got to get off here because my new game starts today. Y'all going to see it. Hopefully, I'll be able to post it in the morning. I'm calling it the Lucky Number Sweepstakes. Let me show y'all something. Wait, let me see. I've been going around. Whenever I see somebody on the street, I'll give them a card with a number on it. Okay, all these numbers are going to be on the spin wheel. So what I'll do is, it's going to start at 3 o'clock today. I'm going to show up a little early, and I'll give away all the numbers. They're going to be on that spin wheel. And we're going to spin the wheel. Whatever number comes up, the person's going to be able to have a chance to win 5,000 pesos. I'm going to have 3 boxes. Each box is going to have a lock on it. One box is going to have 500 pesos. One's going to have 1,000. One's going to have 5,000. But I'm going to have 4 keys. I'm going to put in a little bag. They're going to reach in. I'm not even going to know which one has the 5,000. They certainly aren't going to know. But right before they get ready to see which key opens up the lock, I'm going to stop them. I'm going to say, hey, you may have, that key may be worth 5,000 or it may be worth nothing. I'll give you 500 if you want to walk away. Then they'll be saying like, no, it's okay. I'll give you 1,000. Take the 1,000, give me that key and walk away. See, a lot of people aren't going to be able to pass up that 1,000. So the whole suspense is going to be in them, either taking the deal or risking it all and going for it and possibly winning the 5,000. I'm going to do it until somebody wins the 5,000. If they hit it today, then I'm done. But I wanted to do something different where I'm not asking questions because people were getting offended, man. They couldn't answer the question and they were embarrassed. They didn't want to see themselves on camera. They didn't want their friends and family seeing them. And they would say, hey, take that out. I'm like, hey, it's too late. Because I upload my stuff immediately. But I want it to be fun. I want it to be, have some suspense, some edge to it. Sort of like, let's make a deal, price is right, and different things like that. Come on down when they win. But I think y'all going to enjoy it. But 5,000 is a lot, man. But I don't believe that they're going to turn that 1,000 pesos down. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. He says we'd all be lucky to grow old. Some of y'all checking out at 40. That's right. He said, I have a generator. I get air, TV, internet, everything. I rent in IT Park. Oh, yeah. But see, he says the second it goes off, the generator keeps on. Yeah, but you don't have it. The apartment has it, or the condo has it. Right? Most of them condo they have them. He said, thanks, Calvin, for being frank about what men want from a Filipino. Yeah, we try to be innocent over here. And then you get those critics, oh, well, y'all get the bottom of the barrel over there. Like we're not the bottom of the barrel. It's the bottom of the barrel meeting the bottom of the barrel. But we come over here like we really are rock stars. See, these guys are buying into that. Man, we're the bottom of the barrel, most of us, when we come over here, okay? Let's just be honest about that. But they'll say, oh, y'all come over there, you get the uneducated, this and that, like we're really dating down, which we're not. Okay, when the last time some of you guys looked in the mirror? You're not dating down, okay? He said, I'm out on this horseshoe comment. Yeah. He said, the love digger goes to be disappointed. He says, I've seen the Filipino Pete video yesterday on whether or not Asian women are easy. I thought to myself, if Unc did a video like that, the countdown to deport would be on. Yeah, and then no more digging. Yeah, but see, even that video, man, they're lying to you. They're not going to give you the real nitty-gritty, the real story. It goes against their thinking. They would not do it, okay? Because everybody knows the answer to that. Everybody who's ever come over here, you don't have to make a video like that. You already know the answer. Because I did a video about that a long time ago. And I said, yeah, you know, they're submissive to an end. There's a reason behind it. It's a trap. So they appear to be easy. Once they get you in there, okay, they're going to chop your damn head off. Yeah. Hey. But you're never going to get the real story about the Philippines and dating from a Filipino blogger. I'm sorry. She comes close, but she knows when to stop. She's not going to do it. She's not going to talk about that stuff for real. I mean, you know, I give her credit for going as far as she goes, but until they come out and say it, because y'all look at her like she's always been like that. Now, she was on those dating sites too. Okay. He said, how do you keep from boredom over there? Well, you just got to bring your hobbies. If you're bored over there, you're going to be bored over here because evidently you're not doing anything over there. Okay. The weather allows you to be outside all the time. It's so much to do. Do you ride bikes? Do you work out? Just go walking. Go to the mall. Get on a bus. Private transportation is so cheap. Ride up and down. Ride from here to Dumaguete. I mean, so much to do. Go to the beach. Go swimming. You can go swimming right here at Meg's Resort. Nice place. It costs 100 pesos. Play some pool while you're there. Buy you a meal while you're there. Okay, hang out, listen to music while you're there. It's so much to do here, guys. Don't think that because you come to the Philippines, there's nothing to do. It's a lot to do here. I mean, a whole lot. Me, my typical day is I get up, I do my 10,000 steps, I'm close to it. I come back here, I may read Think and Grow Rich. There's another book, I don't know what the name of it is. I may look at some old Tiger Woods films, you know, but I was looking at Ken Griffey because I like phenomenons. I'm interested in phenomenal people. I was watching Ken Griffey Jr. yesterday. Then at about 3 o'clock, I'll go to the gym. And then once I come from the gym, man, I'm done really. I eat dinner, man, and then hell, I go to bed. I drink that tea and it put me to sleep. I'm in bed by 8 o'clock. That's just me, though. But I have a full day here, man, you know. But if I live somewhere else in like Cebu or one of those places, I'd be doing a whole lot more. And then about once a month, we'll go somewhere. Like, we're deciding where to go now. Maybe we'll go to Surigao, but we certainly got to go to Davao. So it's going to be 2 times this month where we're going to go somewhere. But no, it's not boring here, man. And even if you got a girl and she's from the province, have her take you to the province. Yeah, he says, are there any authentic Mexican restaurants over the Cap? The best one, you know, Michael Beach Your Life turned me on to is called La Lucha. It's in Cebu City around Mango Square, but it is in Mango Square. It's authentic Mexican food, and it's good. It's the best I've had in the Philippines. It's not Mexican food with Filipino ingredients. I mean, everything, if I crave it, I'll get on that ferry and I'll go to Cebu and I'll eat it. That's how good it is. Every time I go to Cebu, ever since I've learned about it, you can ask Maryland, I've never not bought that food when I went to Cebu. When we go this week, I've got to go to Cebu this week. I'm going. It's good, man. He says, as stated before on this channel, you can eat in Vietnam for as little as $2 a day, but you better know what you're eating. Well, actually, it's like, he said $5 a day. And he said, Cal, you think I'm playing? It's a guy who I respect. He's an administrator. He said, I'm not lying. He said, he was here for 4 months. He went to 7 Asian countries. And I asked him to his face, I said, be honest. Of all the cities, because he went to Bangkok, Bali, all of them, Malaysia. He said, for me, he said Cebu, because Cebu had everything that I was looking for, everything I needed. He said Cebu. And it shocked me, because I thought he was going to say Bangkok. I thought he was going to say, one of, what's that one in Malaysia? I can't pronounce it to save my soul. But he went to all those places. Vietnam, Cambodia. He went to Thailand, of course. Indonesia. In 4 months, he said, Cebu checked all the boxes for him. He said, oh, I want to go to the jungle Cowboy's house. Yeah, he keeps he's in YouTube jail right now because, you can't show that kind of stuff really on YouTube. I mean, he's got them coming out of the shower half the time. They a house full of. He keeps a house full of at least 2. Sometimes he'll have 4 in there. Yeah, I got about 9 minutes. That was actually 11:39, not 11:59. Yeah, we'll be at that meet and greet July 27th in Davao City, Aeon Towers. It's going to be good, man. It's really going to be good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. He said you can find authentic Mexican restaurants in BGC and Makati. I've only been to BGC one time, and we ate at a real place. I forgot the name of it. And man, here comes this big rat across the floor. And the employees try to play it off. I didn't see it. Merlin saw it. I didn't see it. I don't think anybody saw it but her. But once she saw it, we all saw it. I mean, the thing was big. And they hurried up and opened up the back door and ran it out. And I was like, wow, this is BGC. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay, man, this game. Y'all going to have to see it. I can show it better than I can tell it. He said, realize, man, everywhere we go, we have to pay no matter what. But no matter how much you earned over here in the U.S., it's not enough. Everything is too expensive. Yeah, you can't get something for nothing. I mean, I would rather come somewhere where I got more for my money, or at least it appears I'm getting more for my money. Certainly rent. You can certainly live here cheaper. I mean, I saw a video where a guy says there's no $200 rent in the Philippines. Well, I think he's in Luzon. Here it is. Like I said, I had the house we moved in before we had this built. It was only 8,500 pesos. That would be about $150 right now. There's some apartments in one of the nicest neighborhoods here, San Julio, 10,000. Clean as a whistle. Now, that's rent. and you can pay an extra 1,000 if you want cable and Wi-Fi, or 500 for either one. Then you're gonna pay about another 4, 5 for the electric, and then another 200 or 300 for water, and that's your living expenses. But it just depends on where you live. But here, I've never seen a better 10,000 peso apartment than what they got set up over there. Because our house, hell, it was 8,500, but hell, the rooms were so big, so I wasn't really getting a lot of times my electric would be 6,000. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get off here. Thank y'all so much for your super chat, super stickers, your thumbs up, all your support, your memberships, everything. I didn't put a video out today, but I'll probably put one out in the morning. It's going to be that game. Okay, because I've got a big decision to make, man. You know, I'm taking my Social Security early. And a guy told me, he said, Cal, you know you can only earn a certain amount. And I looked that up. He's right. And because I'm taking it at 62, for every dollar that I go over that amount, it's going to be like $2 or something they're going to take off my benefit. So say, for instance, if I go 1,000 over and 2, it's going to be 500. So they're going to take like 500 a month out of my benefit. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. So I'm probably going to be I don't want them messing with my benefits, because once they start messing with them, it's going to be a long time, you know, the government, to get it straight. And then they'll owe you back pay. So I'm going to have to figure it out. I'll probably just be doing less YouTube, probably, you know. But take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. And don't do anything stupid. Live your own life, man. You only live once. Okay? Live in the moment, man. If you want to do something, do it. Time is not running out, but your life is.